Modules are a collection of functions that included under one title or under one category. And usually modules are not defined by default in Python. So you need to import the modules so you can use their functions or their constants. Packages are actually a bigger collection of modules or functions and installed to the system, and then they're imported to the Python shell or to the Python interpreter. Now, modules could be used in two ways. First of all, we can import functions individually, or all functions inside, or all contents of the modules altogether. So in this case, we are not importing the module, but the functions from the module to the interpreter. And we can use them in two ways. The first one is if we know the function exactly. For example, if I know that I need the square root function from math module, so I would say from math, which is the name of the module, import the square root function. Now, the square root function is defined in the interpreter. So if we say square root 4, it will give me the value 2. If I want to use the trigonometric functions like sine, cosine, and tan, sine by default is not defined. If I say sine like 3.14, so we'll say sine is not defined. So I need to import it. So I say from math, import sine, cosine, and tangent. So this way I can say sine 3.14 or sine pi. So it is almost equal to 0. By the way, pi also is a constant defined in math. So I can say from math import pi. So now it could be more accurate, sine pi, which is, of course, to the power minus 16 means almost 0. We can say cosine pi, which is minus 1. So in this way, we can define them individually. Now, we can import all functions altogether by saying from math import, and we put the star. So the star here is means the all functions and constants inside this module. So by entering all the functions are imported. For example, if I say give me the logarithm of 10, of course logarithm here means the natural logarithm, so it will give me the natural logarithm of 10. Or if I need the base 10 logarithm of 10, it will give me the base 10 logarithm of 10. So now all functions are defined. Also the constants, for example, we have a constant of infinity. So if I say 1 over infinity, it is 0. In order to import the module, we have two ways. The first, just import module or module name. Let's first of all clear the shell. Now, to clear the shell, you can close the shell. We can close the shell or idle shell directly from here. However, the best way, if we don't want to lose the data, we can go to shell at idle and restart the shell. So by restarting the shell, actually we clear the memory or the workspace of the shell from the previous defined values or imported modules. For example, if I try now square root 4, it is not defined. Let's import, use the first way, import math. So math is imported. However, if I want to use any function of math, I need to write math dot and the function name, like square root. And then I say 4, so it would work. So in this way, I have to write the name of the module, dot, and the name of the function. And even if I have 2 or 3 modules which have similar function names, I will be able to distinguish each of the functions used by the module name. However, this could be a little bit long, especially if the module has a long name like numpy or matplotlib or so on. So for that reason, the best thing is to use aliases. So let's start the shell again. And instead of import math, we can say import math as m. So m is just a simple 1-letter alias. Sometimes it could be 1 letter, 2 letters. And instead of writing the whole name, we say m dot sign m dot pi. So we get the value. So it's used for functions and constants. Now, as you have seen before, the mathematical functions in Python are defined in the module math. And module math includes almost all basic and even advanced mathematical functions like absolute functions, sine, cosine, the hyperbolic functions, gamma functions. Also, there are transformation functions. Let's import first, import math as m. So as you see here, for example, degrees. So if we use 30 degrees, I forgot to add the alias. And we add the, let's say, m pi over 4. So 45 degrees. So as you see, it is just a conversion function. Also, we have radians. We have the factorial. So factorial 3, for example, it's 6. Also, we have constants like pi, so m dot pi, and it is accurate to the, I think, 13th or 14th digit. So it is recommended to use the math pi instead of using 3.14 or 22/7 or these approximate values. I usually prefer to use the value from the math module. The e, or the natural exponent base, also infinity, and so on.